When the Wood County Historical Museum contacted me about doing the mural, they didn't really have too many requests. They kind of let me do my own thing. They wanted like birds and flowers because of the garden being so close. I tried to go with everything that's native to Northwest Ohio. So everything like in this mural you could probably see around here as well. I mean, I've basically been into art my entire life. You know, since I was a kid, I always loved drawing and stuff like that. The way I got into murals and doing it as a career, I graffiti as a teenager, like painting drains and buildings. And then that kind of just, you know, evolved into what you see that I'm doing today. Probably one of my favorite things to do when it comes to murals and painting, especially in public places, is taking these buildings or these objects that most of the time no one's really gonna take a second look at it. I really like being able to change a space. I mean, I have multiple styles, honestly. Like, I like to dive into realism, but I can also do abstract. I like graphic pieces. I also like when I can blend all my styles together, because I'll throw in like typography, patterns, and design with the realism. And so I try to not really stick to one thing. I like to, you know, do a little bit of everything. I've traveled all around the country painting murals, but most of my work is right here in Northwest Ohio, all over Toledo. Some of my favorite ones is one I did last year for the Toledo Metro Parks on the east side of Toledo. I painted like the side bridges. I also own a gallery in East Toledo called the River East Gallery. We've done a lot of murals in that neighborhood right there, just trying to, you know, beautify the neighborhood. The process starts with me first just looking at the space. Like, how big is it? What can I do with it? Noticing the corrugated metal, thinking about what type of imagery that can lay over that I can paint. From there, I start designing the mural. I had a site visit here where I went into the garden, took pictures of some of the flowers, researched native plants and birds from Northwest Ohio, and then start just finding images on the internet and building that design. From there, when I get here to start painting, I prime the wall, because the most important part about a mural is prep work. So if you don't prep your wall right, the paint's not gonna last. And with my murals, I want these things, you know, last 10, 15 years. And then from there, I'll find the images and I'll start sketching it on my computer. That way I can take it to my iPad and my projector at night. It just goes so much quicker when you can just trace it on the wall. But that's like one of the tricks muralists use, is the projector, just so you can basically size everything perfect. So after I trace everything up there, I come back the next day and just start filling each piece in. I'll take my reference and just work section by section and looking at the reference as I go, and then repeat that same process throughout the whole mural. The first section with the bird, I believe that's a yellow warbler. I went with that because I really like the yellows in it, and I envisioned the background being more blues and dark blues, so that contrast between the two I really like. Same thing with the two other flowers and the butterfly. Lots of yellows, browns going on in the mural. Also, I like painting cardinals. People find like a symbolic meaning with the cardinals. And with the red, like I said, same thing with the contrast. And then the center of the mural, I went with a white lotus flower. You could also almost play off of like it being like the sun in the background. Center point, everything's kind of coming off of that. My murals are most of the time very symbolic. You know, I want people to kind of see different things in them and relate to them in different ways. It's definitely quite a few layers. Building my darks and my lights and all the midtones together to give it that depth. I really try to make these murals pop where it's not so flat. I want things to almost look like they're jumping off the wall. I couldn't even tell you how many different colors are just in the cardinal alone, but quite a few just to give it that, you know, more realistic look. If somebody wanted to do what I do, I would say it just takes a lot of practice and determination of just not giving up. And I think that goes with like any passion or anything anybody's like passionate about, is just keep doing it. If you enjoy it, just keep doing it. Who cares what anybody says? If you enjoy it, that's what counts. Usually, everyone really loves the work that I do. I think everybody gets a sense of enjoyment out of it. I'm really big on the idea that art can be healing. Like, say you're having a bad day and you come across a mural that's colorful and maybe has like a positive message to it. I really believe that can, you know, lift your spirits, even if it's just for that moment. Because I put that type of, you know, energy into my work that I hope that it makes you happy.
We really wanted this to bring some vibrance to the back part of the property. It's right near our herb garden, and that is always in bloom in the summertime. Our volunteers take such good care of that, and we wanted to sort of help guide people in that direction to draw more attention to it. And this was our idea to do that. This has been several years in the making. We told him that we wanted birds that you'd find in Ohio, we wanted flowers that were in the area, and he definitely took his inspiration from right on the property here at the Wood County Museum. I hope that people take advantage of this. I hope that they love it as much as we do, and they come and take pictures with it, take selfies, and then it also gets them looking around the property at this exact stuff.